Hey, thank you for tuning in with us today. Um, this is 27 degrees Sag, and we're broadcasting from the Galactic Center, of course. And my name's Duncan Sabatino. I'm the producer, and I'd like to invite our host, Kimla Lowe. Hey, Kimla.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Duncan, for getting us on tonight. I really appreciate everybody coming along with us for the next hour. It's a wonderful show that we've got lined up for you. We discussed it and we decided that there are a few impactful astrological events coming at us. And so we wanted to discuss exactly how these particular planets are going to be actually changing our future. So it's a big deal. And it's a very intense time. We're in a lot of Scorpio energy. And this is exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about Pluto return. What is a Pluto return? Well, we take the birth chart of the United States of America and where all the planets were on July 4th, 1776. And what we do is we highlight the planet of Pluto. Now, Pluto is the furthest planet out in our solar system. There are more findings and more discoveries, but Pluto is a very slow moving but intense and impactful planet. And after 248 years, Pluto comes around to the exact position of birth for the chart of the United States of America. When this happens, it creates what we call the solar return of Pluto. And I know that this is a favorite subject of Duncan. He wanted us to talk about this evening. So we're going to talk about it. The energy that comes up for this particular Pluto return is very intense. It changes history. And I'm going to be talking about how that's going to be happening, when exactly the Pluto return begins, and then Pluto will go into a retrograde phase as well. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about Jupiter. Jupiter is this huge, expansive planet. It's a very happy, it's very extravagant, it brings good luck. And wherever Jupiter resides for about 16 months in the birth chart, it brings a gift, it brings glitter all over the particular zodiac sign that it's visiting. We're going to be talking about that because before the ball drops in 2022, Jupiter is going to be moving into Pisces. So we're going to be talking about how fortunate that is for Pisces people, if you have your sun, moon, or rising sign, and exactly your strengths and your weaknesses when Jupiter is there. You know, he can go overboard too. It's a water sign, so we might see some water activation more than we want. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to touch on eclipses, and we're going to be talking about the alignment of eclipses and how that brings in the topic of the dark side of the moon. So, with all of that ahead of us, I thought it'd be a fabulous idea to kind of open the show. And with all this intense energy going on, I know a lot of us have been carrying a lot of, I want to say, deep seated, maybe even unconscious anger, or perhaps something that's rising up in us that maybe we haven't even pinpointed within the body yet. So we're going to do something wonderful this evening. We have our great producer, Duncan. He's lined up a fabulous intro for us to go ahead and begin a meditation. Duncan, take it away.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do a 5-minute meditation. And I'll put that up on screen. Turn your volume on. And yeah, here we go.
Okay, everybody, if you would like to just get in a very comfortable position, I would really love it if you closed your eyes and put your spine at a very straight angle. If you are sitting in a chair, make sure your feet are flat on the floor, that your legs are not crossed, and that we have a very comfortable position before we begin. If you have anything in your hands at this time, I would love for you to put them down. If you are driving at this time, you may want to push the save button so that you can go through this particular show and watch it again and again whenever you feel as though you need to really rid the heaviness in the body. We're going to start out with a really nice breath. The breath we're going to be doing is in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, we're going to hold the breath coming in and exhale. And here we are. We are going to, first of all, relax the belly area, the solar plexus, and we're just going to let it out. So many of us carry so much tension within the solar plexus area. If you have something on that's too confining or tight, please release it at this time so that we can fill up our belly breath and exhale. At the moment, we are going to focus all the way down to the Earth Star. The Earth Star is right below the feet, where we connect to Mother Earth. And we are going to focus on 3 feet below your 2 feet. We're going to focus and we're going to breathe in. And we're going to direct that breath all the way down through the legs, through the feet, and into Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth, for giving me support. Thank you for grounding me. Thank you for giving me, nurturing me, and allowing me to walk on your surface. As we give thanks to Mother Earth for her food, for her sustenance, for her water, for her wind, for the air that we breathe, for the trees, for her animal life that she takes such good care of, for the wind and the currents and the cooling and the warming of the seasons. We say thank you to Mother Earth. As we travel up and say thank you for allowing us to stand tall, to stand within our own right. Thank you for our vehicle that houses our soul, that connects to Mother Earth. As we focus in on our feet, we're going to tense up our toes. We're going to crunch our toes really tight, really, really tight. And let it go. We're going to bring our ankles. We're going to pull back our toes all the way to our solar plexus, to our navel area. We're going to tighten them up, stick our heels way out in front, way out, pull the toes back, pull them back, tight, tight, tight. Relax. We are now going to take our calf muscles, isolate your calves. Calf muscles are always ignored. When you think about your legs, they're always behind you. Highlight them at this time and tense them up. Tense up your calf muscles. Tense up the back of your knees. Tense up the back of the thigh muscle. Tense, tense, tighter, and release. We're going to straighten our knees at this time and tighten up our front part of our legs, the part that you see. Tense your thighs. Tense, tighten it as tight as you possibly can, and relax. If you can now, we're going to focus in on your particular hind quarters, and we're going to tense, tense, tense that area, your hip flexors, the backside. Tense it as tight as you can tense it, and relax. Take a deep cleansing breath in and out. We're now going to start at the very root chakra. It is red in color. And if you can find something of an image to place within your third eye of something with the color red, it could be an apple, could be a tomato, it could be a red Porsche. As long as it's red, I want you to take in a deep breath, send that breath down to the very bottom of your root chakra, which is located at the very base of the spine, in between the legs. And picture that color red that gives you strength and courage, that lets you know the difference between love and fear. Activate that chakra now. Feel the heat on the very bottom of your root chakra. And exhale. As we're moving up, we're going to be going into right below the navel. This particular chakra is orange in color. This particular chakra rules creativity. It rules joy. It rules fun. It gives yourself purpose in which to expand, purpose in which to express your creativity and yourself. Breathing in, push that air and that breath down into that particular area. Think of something orange. It could be the fruit that's orange. It could be an orange harvest moon. This is where you feel so light. You feel the light being sparked for ideas, inspiration, enthusiasm, and also the faith to help one another. And exhale. Next, we move up to the solar plexus. This particular chakra is in the middle, right by your stomach area. This houses your intuition. Your psychic ability is all connected and wired through each and every chakra. This is woven into your soul. This houses the cord and the threads that you use to attach to others. This is your will. Again, this is the color yellow. You can think of a lemon. You can think of a morning sunrise. You can think of a daffodil. Let's breathe in that color yellow. And let's push it down to the solar plexus and let us beam it out like a beacon of our soul, blasting out. And as it comes through, you're blasting out gratitude. You're so thankful that you get to do this. This is your experience. This is your journey. This is how you connect with everything in life. Exhale. Thank you. As we're moving up again, we're going up to the heart chakra that's located in between the breastbone area. The heart chakra color is green. And it has a little bit of pink right on the right side of it. But if you'd like to picture something emerald green, like an emerald, or a lime, isn't it wonderful that we have all these fruits that we can eat that align to our chakras? Lettuce, salad, vegetables, broccoli. But actually picture a green heart. As you breathe in, push that breath down into the heart area. This particular heart area beats to the rhythm and the alignment of Mother Earth. Slow the heart to the exact rhythm, to the exact frequency of Mother Earth. As we picture a green heart, we expand it. Let's breathe in again. Push it down to the heart. Let it go through the heart chakra and expanding it even more. We're healing our heart right now from any stress, trauma, abuse, insecurities, shame, guilt, or blame. Let's breathe in one more time. Go down to the heart area and expand it all around the world. You've enlarged your heart to accept humanity, to be of service, to share your compassion and your love, and to heal on so many different levels. Breathe in again and exhale. As we are bringing in our heart, we're going to take both of our arms and we're going to hug ourselves right over our heart chakra, and we're going to put it back into the location that it belongs. And we're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze really, really tight. Really tight. Give yourself the biggest hug. The biggest hug. And release. Now we're going to take the area that's known as your shoulders. And your shoulders hold so much tension and heaviness. And sometimes they block us from even loving ourselves. We've been carrying the weight of the world, the responsibilities, the expectations. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull our shoulders way up by our ears, way, way up, way up. Touch your ears, touch them, touch, tighten, tighten, and drop. Let's do it one more time because we really store a lot of heaviness in our shoulders. As we bring them up, 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 tight, and drop. And now that brings us around to your throat area, in the front of your throat is your particular chakra that is your voice. This particular chakra is blue. Sometimes we use our inner voice, and sometimes we use our outer voice. It's very important that we are very kind when we use this particular chakra. This is our throat chakra that is in charge of accepting our food, our water. It's accepting our communication. It's accepting our relationships. Our voice is a vibration. If you take your right hand and put it on your throat chakra, you can feel your voice vibrate. Let's think of something blue, like the ocean. Let's think of something that you know that you can put right there, and you can take a deep breath and push it down through the voice, through your short throat chakra, and pull it out. All those things that you've been holding back, that you haven't given your outside voice a chance to say. All those things you've wanted to say. All those words you could not string together. Breathe in again. Push it down to the throat chakra and push them out. Everything you've wanted to say. Cough. Get them out. Open up that chakra. And now exhale. As we move up, we are going to take our face. Our face is what we see every day and how we greet others. I need for you now to crunch your face up as tight as you possibly can. Scrunch it up like it looks like a wadded up paper ball. Scrunch it up as tight as you can. Let it out. Calm your face. Bring your chin all the way up, all the way up, all the way up past your nose, all the way up past your nose. Tilt the head back if you'd like. And exhale. Bring your neck forward. Reline your face. Now we're going to picture the third eye. The third eye chakra is located right about a half an inch above the bridge of your nose in between your two eyebrows. This particular chakra houses your psychic ability, your intuition, and it also stimulates the pineal gland that's in the middle of your head. This activates many glands within the body that regulates the unseen systems that we have working for us. This particular color is indigo, which is like a very deep ink color or eggplant color. This particular color needs to be activated in a very safe manner. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe short breaths now in, hold, and outly. Try that again. We're going to jumpstart the wheel of the third eye with short breaths. Push it through that eyebrow location. Get it spinning. That's it. Melt all the corrosion, all of your belief patterns that aren't working for you anymore. One more time. Hold it. Push it out. Oh, I can feel mine spinning so much better. It's really picking up some momentum. Good work. We're now going to go to the top of the head. The top of the head is the crown chakra. This is a very, very light ultraviolet color. It's almost like a pure white when it starts. It's almost like a purple white. We all know that we have a little spin on the top of our heads. It actually directs energy coming in and out of the body. You can see it in the way it swirls with your hairline. This is our crown chakra. Each and every one of us are entitled or royal, and we each wear a crown. We're going to activate this now. And I want you to think about 12 inches up past your top of your head. A pendulum is swinging. It's turning. It's activating your crown chakra. This opens your channel so that you can receive communications and broadcasts from not only the galactic center, but Source itself. This reaches your higher self, your angels, your guides, and it also helps to raise the frequency of your entire being. We're going to picture that pendulum swinging to the right above us. We're going to breathe in that color ultraviolet white. And exhale slowly as you possibly can. Breathe it in one more time. Expand your circle above your head. Now it's swinging wildly above your head. And exhale. As we have opened up all of our chakras, you now know that each color corresponds with your chakra wheels that are in your body. They also correspond to different notes in music as well. But right now, we are going to take the top of our heads and we're going to picture the energy going back over our heads like it's washing over us. It's like a big wave that's just crashing on the shore. As it comes around, we are going to crash into the wave. That wave is going to go over the backs of our heads, down our necks, clearing the third eye, washing away all of the unkind words of our throat chakra, washing and healing our heart chakra, washing and soaking our solar plexus, our creative middle plexus, and coming down to our root, our sacral chakra. Let's just go back where that wet is just dripping down the back of our legs and our knees and our backside. It's going all the way down. You can feel it dripping down the backs of your heels, and you are nourishing Mother Earth. You are giving back an electrical water charge to Mother Earth. As we now do a hand mudra, our hands, our thumbs, and our first fingers are going to create a circle. We're going to open our palms as wide as we can. We are going to give thanks for this wonderful blessing that we've received and experienced this evening. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathing in and slowly, very quietly, breathe out. Bring your hands together palms together, feet flat on the floor, grounding now, opening the eyes, coming back into reality. And we're back. Thank you. All right. Feel better now?
Oh, I sure do. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Very good.
a lot happened there.
I'm going to take my headphones off now. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that wonderful meditation. And I think it would be a wonderful time for us to take a little break from our sponsored Fresh and Alive. Duncan, if you could lead us into break, and when we come back, we're going to start talking some astro talk. And we'll be right back. You're listening to 27 Degrees Sag from the Galactic Center. We'll be right back.
Wireless technologies have given us many amazing conveniences and enhancements to our lives, but there is an invisible downside to all this convenience. Electromagnetic fields, or EMF, the silent, invisible, pulsing signals from Wi-Fi, cell phones, the global 5G networks, cordless phones, and other sources of EMF accelerate brainwave states, weaken the immune system, cause sleep problems, brain fog, memory loss, lack of focus, and more. EMF can damage DNA and your pineal gland or third eye, shutting down your intuitive abilities as well. Now you can protect yourself with unique cutting-edge technologies from freshandalive.com. The Rest Shield and Home Shield scalar energy devices. These one-of-a-kind technologies use advanced physics to structure EMF in your home or surrounding area, greatly reducing the damaging effects of EMF and allowing you to sleep deeply in a cocoon of soothing, subtle energy. Learn more at freshandalive.com.
All right, and we're back.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming back. You're listening to 27 Degrees Sag, the Galactic Center. And in your particular natal birth chart, you have degrees that go all the way through from 1 to 29 in each zodiac sign. If you locate the 27 degrees Sag in your birth chart, that's exactly where the Galactic Center is located in your soul imprint. If you'd like to hear more, you can always get a hold of me at kimlalowe.com. I'd love to have a session with you so I can introduce you to you and really help you in all of the star cosmic weather that's happening at this particular time, so we can help each other navigate, make a plan and a timeline so that you can be very confident throughout all of these changes that are coming at us. And we're going to talk about that tonight, Duncan. You wanted to talk about the Pluto return. Can I ask a little bit about what piques your curiosity about the Pluto return?
Yeah, I've been just hearing recently that the Pluto return is a huge, astrological influence on us, and apparently we're already experiencing those energies now. The Pluto return actually comes, I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard it's February 22nd, 2022 is when it lines up, and that's when it really returns. But we're experiencing those energies now. I've heard a lot of stuff like, is it gonna destroy everything, or apparently it's like a huge adjustment to the systems that we have in place right now. So I'm wondering if you can talk about that, because that's primarily the one thing that I've been wondering about.
Right. And it's really important. So we were talking about how that lines up and with the chart of the United States. And we're talking about the Pluto return of 248 years. for the chart, the birth chart of the United States of America. So Pluto itself is a very, very slow, intense moving planet. And Pluto rules Scorpio. We're in the Scorpio season right now. Happy birthday to all you Scorpios out there. So we're in the Scorpio season right now, and we're experiencing the new moon, some eclipses. We're really getting this, this underworld. Pluto is the king of the underworld, and what happens when we refer to Pluto is everyone calls it the planet of transformation, because it rules Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, and Scorpio, of course, it's known for its sting. It's known for the little stinger on the scorpion tail, and we're wondering, oh my gosh, is it going to hit me, right? As it comes to the exact alignment, it really begins aligning on February 19th to the 20th, wherever you reside on planet Earth. And during this particular time, where we are actually feeling it because Pluto moves so slowly, what it does is, and I kind of want to preface this in saying that the work that Pluto does, it's very welcoming. There isn't a planet that has been given the magician title other than Pluto. Pluto actually comes in and takes away everything that is no longer working. Anything that held let's just say, a lower vibration. It actually goes deep to get down to the roots of the negativity, anything that has been malfunctioning, anything that no longer serves us anymore, anything that was has to do with abuse. It has to do with manipulation, anything that was deceitful. These are the kinds of things that Pluto comes in and wipes out. And I mean wipes out.
Wow.
And actually, the atomic bomb was activated at the time that Pluto was discovered. So a lot of people correlate that of just wiping everything out and rebuilding. And actually, it's kind of a good scenario as how the energies of Pluto work. This particular, the time that Pluto lines up in the United States chart, Pluto will be visiting and still in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. Capricorn is all about foundation, stability, patterns, very concrete belief systems. It also honors Saturn because Saturn rules Capricorn. So we've got this bulldozer coming in and just leveling the old empire, because Capricorn also stands for governments, stands for authority, stands for everything that we have known as a hierarchy. And here comes Pluto on the Pluto return. They activate each other, and we get this huge push. Now, what makes this the perfect storm? And that's what everybody's talking about. Because not only as we're going through all of this, but this takes place in the astrological chart in the second house of money, value, higher love, So guess who else is hanging there? Uranus. Uranus is an electrical shock value. It pushes you into the future. Now we've got this perfect storm coming. And anybody who's seen that movie knows how that all kind of came together. But we've got Uranus, who stands up for freedom, who stands up for the underdog, who also is very independent, who also is extremely cool in demeanor, doesn't get dramatic, whereas Pluto gets extremely dramatic. Capricorn is the ruler, kind of the emperor. So what we're going to see when all of this comes about is we are going to see the government go back and revamp for the people, because Uranus will not let go. It's going to stay there, and it's going to be the swirl in this particular storm of get back to the people. And so what we're seeing is Pluto coming in. Any type of business, government, corporations that have been enslaving the people, abusing their rights, they're going to be challenged. Now, the second house rules the finances, but the second house is ruled by Venus. Venus is the love. We're clearing this out for the love of the planet, for the love of humanity, for the love of what's coming in for our future. Now, the second house is called the house of Taurus because Taurus rules those particular things. It rules the stock market. It rules security, sustainability. So anyone who has made a lot of money may, in a quick blink of an eye, because when Uranus comes in, it comes in unexpectedly and switches, the tables are turned. So the power could go to the underdogs of the people, and the wealthy could lose their standing. So as we're talking about all of this, we have to look at the highlighting of the king of the underworld, of Pluto, because Pluto comes in and unleashes or opens up areas where limits of manipulation, tyranny, any kind of secrets, it removes and dissolves and blows up structures that have been put in place for a very long time. Structures that were made at a very low frequency, as we're moving as a solar system into a higher frequency, it can't exist any longer. So we've got all of this particular action heading to us in February of 2022. But what we have to honor in astrology is the shadow of all of this. And the shadow is cast to the 8th house, which again, Scorpio rules the 8th house. The 8th house of intimacy, the 8th house of spirituality at its best, the 8th house of no boundaries, the 8th house of different dimensions. The 8th house is going beyond what you have even acknowledged at this particular time. It's also, this particular polarity is going to bring about the acknowledgement that living beyond your means. Right now, the United States has their national debt. They can't even put a number on it. This is going to shock, and it's going to transform this particular compulsive spending pattern. And so we are going to come to the reality that the financial institutions need to be resolved, need to come up with something that perhaps leads to another process to really embrace an expanding alignment for the laws of the universe. It's a wonderful thing. It's going, you have to have courage. Courage is that middle frequency where, all of the hatred, the negativity, and all of that's down here. Then we hit courage, and from courage on up, we begin to raise our frequency to love and joy and faith and everything else. So we must help each other develop courage during this time. We must help each other, and there's a good thing that I'm going to talk about here too in a minute. But there's a division that's taking place. Now, the division that's taking place happened to be through Gemini, and we had a comet that went through in 2016, and this is when it rumbled. This is when it started. And as it came up to 2020, we had this huge division happening because that comet came right in between Gemini of the twins. And when comets come up, they're a warning of what's about to happen. United we stand, divided we fall. And we are dividing between so many polarized beliefs and ideas. Let's just take a major one of spirituality and materialism. These two, spirituality versus the security of materialism. Materialism is going to see its limits, and it's going to see the transformations of what is going to take you into the future, what really you are going to need as far as many things, as far as your health, as far as healing properties, as far as how you live, what you live in. Many transformations are going to be coming about. The environment, how we go about the environment, how we go about our education, how we go about tending to inviting new souls onto the planet through families are going to be transitioning as well. This is all done through love, of course, and spirituality. Instead of having so many different types or different beliefs or different ceremonies and things like that, there is going to be the truth and the awareness as far as spirituality goes. And it's going to expand and open up so everyone can share the truth. Everyone can have the gifts. Everyone can have the power unto themselves. So it's going to be a opening up of the soul, opening up of energy and how much the body can handle, that will bring up an awareness that perhaps we are going to be communicating more in, using our third eye with telepathy than we are with the voice. Taurus is ruled by the voice. So it's going to break up, come up, and we are going to be able to communicate in a whole different manner.
So when do you think this all is gonna happen? You know, when is this gonna start happening? Where I think on a subtle level for me, for example, that's slowly happening. But what is?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I can feel it. You know.
Right. When this particular solar return aligns, and it is really the unseating of the old empire, we are going to see that exactly. We are going to see empires that have been in control. They are going to be crumbling. They're going to be dissolving. Mm-hmm. Now, the Roman Empire, interesting, the Roman Empire did not dissolve during their first Pluto return. They did not fall until their second Pluto return. And the British Empire has gone through 2 solar returns. The third solar return was the reign and the prosperity of Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, wow.
And how she expanded, and she had so many colonies all over the planet, and introduced a trade of the age of slavery. So there are certain transformations that are going to be coming out of this, and there's a lot of different nooks and crannies that are going to be going, but this particular process is going to take 15 years.
Oh, wow.
We have, now I'm going to talk about Jupiter, that Jupiter has been in Aquarius, has given us the picture of the future, what's coming in, what's coming down, what's going on. It's going to be moving into Pisces on December 26th of this year. And for the first time in 12 years, we are going to have Jupiter that is going to be blessing the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, the 12th sign. It rules the 12th house, but it's going to be expanding, bringing out compassion and love and empathy and understanding and intuition. And also the heart chakra is going to be expanding as well. Now, Pisces is a water sign. So when Jupiter comes, it brings in new boundaries. It expands boundaries. Now, this may mean that with the king of the underworld, and we also have King Neptune, which rules Pisces, working together, we may have our boundaries change because of water. Very good possibility. Very good possibility. But what we want to do is we want to see how Jupiter is going to help this transition bring about the care and the underdogs of humanity, applying a lot of compassion through this particular time. So the value of human emotion, the value of our unconscious thoughts, of the subconscious. Consciousness is going to be a huge, huge learning experience for everybody. How many levels there are to it, how we can experience it more. You're going to see this in your dreams. You're going to see this especially in the way that we communicate with each other, because we have Pisces that they don't have structure. Pisces don't have boundaries. And so what's going to happen is you are going to be communicating on a very fluid level. right now we have got meta universe that's coming in that's going to take you through Jupiter and Pisces. It's going to take you through a new dimension about what we see, what we can do as far as computers, how we're going to interact, our emotions. I'm not just going to be talking to you. You're going to feel my heart. You're going to feel my emotions. You're going to be able to feel how deep someone's truth really runs. So, all of these things are coming about. So if you want to invest in some stock, I'm not saying, but I am saying if you are inspired to bring the emotions so people can feel them and interact with them on an electrical level, this is where we're going. This is exactly where we're going. So it's kind of a new approach. We're going to have new attitudes about blending in this new healthy type of reality that is going to be something we've never experienced. Is this going to bring down the United States of America, or is it going to bring it back to what it was originally intended? Is it going to be improved upon greatly? Is it going to bring back small local communities that have the power? What it's going to do is empower each and every one of us to take on more responsibility, to take on more, I want to say, experience ourselves instead of sleeping and relying on somebody else to do that. The level of sustainability as far as food and our health and everything that's going on from there. Water is going to be a concern. It's going to go through a transformation as well. But this is a slow process. This is something that, if I could say anything to anybody, it would be everybody hold hands and be as flexible as you possibly can. Because these waves are going to have to be able to go through you without breaking you.
Yeah.
Because that's how energy works. When I work with energy and I work with, it comes through the top of the head and comes through me, and it'll come through that way as well. So for that, I'm saying there's going to be new governing structures in the next 15 years. Some will stay, some will not. And there will be some different types of changes within the earth as well. There's going to be what I call, I think, a new interfaith. People are going to get stronger, much more stronger than they have been in a very, very long time. So in my view, I say we start with courage. Whatever it takes for us to build up our courage, I think that we can hold each other's hands and know that change has always happened. Always, always, always. We are here. We've got the best of the best right here on planet Earth.
I have a question on that. Just thinking.
Yeah.
So what I feel like is kind of happening is do you think there's going to be like so this Pluto return and all of this change that's happening involved with Capricorn and with government, how much resistance do you think there will be towards that change?
Oh, that's a good question. A lot. A lot. Resistance, there will be a period of overturning the old empire. That has to come through chaos, resistance, and a new, just like a new seed comes up through the earth, it breaks the earth apart, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
that
gotta
new
move.
seed can grow and can blossom and, to do what it's supposed to do. And that's exactly how this is going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that unstoppable force of that seed moving the earth. It doesn't matter, trees go through concrete and through asphalt and stuff like that. It's
Yeah, it
like
goes right through the sidewalks.
yeah. So it's like there's no stopping what's going to happen.
Right.
It's
There's no
just it's going to be
stopping it.
hard for them. It's going to be hard for people. So I think you said it right earlier, where the energy's going to come through, and you have to let that go through, and definitely staying encouraged and moving into love. I think that really helps.
Yes. If you could picture it that, remember when you got on the bus the very first time for school? You were
Yeah,
excited, yet you were so
I
scared, and
was
you didn't know
nervous.
what you did. And I always got sick on the bus. So I was like, oh, I hope I don't throw up.
Mm,
But I mean, if you could just hold somebody's hand and say, sit next to me, this is a bus ride until we get to school, and that's really kind of how it is. And some people will find it very like they're exploring and they can't wait for this to happen. And other people will be frightened and they'll be timid and scared. But what's going to happen out of all of this is, you hit it right on the head, is that the emotion is going to be valued.
mm,
And what we can do to honor and have compassion for the emotions that everyone is going to be feeling, and to provide encouragement and to provide the healing that we know, to open up and not to be afraid, of sharing the gifts that we have in a wonderful humanitarian way, and the voices that we do have, and the abilities, and just to be of service. I mean, think about, if you didn't have any money at all, and each community, you had to rely on each person and the gifts of that person. What would you say your gift is? And what would make you of value to the inner tribe?
mm.
I think if we think a little bit more about really how gifted and talented we are, and how we could make a difference, how we can provide service for even our local inner group, or our own families, or our own tribes, instead of relying on the outside, I think this is where our attention goes. And where intention goes, energy flows.
Mm.
Right?
Absolutely. That's it.
Right. Any comments? Any thoughts about that?
No, I think that's beautiful. Yeah, one person in the comments is mentioning that, yeah, I think there's going to be no dependency on much at all, and we're going to be not as technically inclined. Yeah, I agree with that. I think things are going to be simpler, and I think it's going to be gathering up people and working with communities, and there could be a lot of stuff happening outside. There might be a lot of resistance out there, but I think we have the ability to control our own lives, and choose not to be in those areas. So that's my thoughts on that, and I think it's great. Yeah. That sounds really awesome. It doesn't sound as scary anymore, but yeah, it's amazing.
Well, if you have your protection around you, and if I can help in any way, shape, or form on setting up a timeline for you, and perhaps a game plan, so that you can use the energy wisely during this particular time, just go to my website, kimlalowe.com, and book a session with me. I sure do appreciate it. And if there's anybody out there that wants to use their voice, I'm sure that Duncan would be more than happy to help on the technical end of it. And Duncan, where can they reach you?
Yep, just email me at 27degproducer at gmail.com. All the links are down in the description below. Kimla's website is down in the description to go sign up for sessions and schedule something. We also have the Fresh and Alive affiliate link that we have for EMF protection devices, and many awesome things there. You can find a lot of cool stuff over at Fresh and Alive, and yeah, you know, and yeah, everything's down in the description. So you know, good luck. You know, good luck searching for that, and you know, have fun with it. So that's it.
Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and come back and listen or download the meditation time that we've had together anytime you need it. Okay, that's a blessing.
I'm definitely going to listen
everybody. To that. Thanks so much for coming along with us. You've been listening to 27 degrees Sag, actually, the Galactic Center. Thanks so much. And until next time, may the angels protect you and guide you.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.